Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Season 3, Episode 10 of Trollhunters Tales of Arcadia, titled The House Divided. So, Merlin has dropped the bombshell that they're going to have to fight Morgana. Morgana's going to be freed and they're going to fight him. And they're not liking this idea because they kind of realize that Merlin is kind of in this to get his magic back, as that what defeating Morgana would mean. He gets his magic back. And I agree with the team. I agree with Toby and Claire. I don't think this Merlin is a good person. I do believe him when he says he looks at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is he's getting his magic back, bitch. So Strickler ends up freeing Morgana to save Barbara. And I'm gonna be honest, everything about this was textbook. May the world forgive me, for there will be no world without you. Or, please, Walt, I'm not worth the world. You are to me. Yeah. I think I threw up a little bit in my mouth when I heard that. I'll be honest. If I'm ever in this situation, let me die. I don't want the guilt of the world on my shoulders. I can't deal with that. Let me just... Come on, man. It'd have been funny if this bitch left him for good this time, though. Walt, how could you doom the world? So they do escape and meet up with Toby and Claire. Meanwhile, Blinky and Arg have been going around trying to rally the troops, unsuccessfully. They go to that volcano dude who sends them on their way. Then they go to the swamp trolls. And unfortunately, Usurno is there with the Gum-Gums, as they've been forced to make a deal so they can survive. Jim tries to fight to go rescue his mother, but Merlin doesn't. I understand where Merlin is coming from, kind of. And that he's looking at the bigger picture. He ends up defeating Jim, and honestly, the power scaling's funny as hell, because Boulard defeated Kanjagar. Jim defeated Bular. Merlin defeated, Jim. The power scaling's all funny as shit when you really think about it. And then my least favorite decision. Merlin reveals to Jim that the reason he had Jim collecting all those things was to make a potion to turn Jim into a half-troll. Also, they realized earlier in the episode, they realized Strickler was missing because Nomura rolled up. She rolled up, warned them that Usurno was coming, then proceeded to dip to get ready for war. So, Merlin says Jim was getting all these things for the potion to turn him to a half-troll. And I hate this. I love the fact that nobody could defeat Bular because they were going at a troll's perspective. But Jim came out with a human perspective. I don't know, it just kind of feels like turning him into a half-troll kind of cheapens him being chosen at all. You know? It's what it feels like. So he eventually does decide to go through with it once he hears Morgana was freed. And I understand why he thought he'd have to go through it, I guess. As Merlin was laying it on pretty thick that he'd need to do this to defeat Gunmar. So, of course, and with the added threat of Morgana, of course he was going to take that power up. I just think it was bullshit. Yeah, I think it was bullshit. But, well, that was the decision they made. I also think it's even more bullshit because he says in this episode that it's permanent, but I'm pretty sure at the end of Wizards, Jim becomes human again. So what the fuck was that for? What was the point of it, kind of, you know? It's just gonna get undone, albeit 2 series later, but still. And I think Jin might have died for it to happen, but still. Also, the fact that Jim got his ass whooped by Merlin was like, damn. He didn't even put up a fight. I mean, he tried, but it wasn't... Merlin was just walking as... I mean, shit, Jim was trying to fight for his life, but this was Tuesday for Merlin. I mean, I get it. Again, I get it. Merlin is a more formidable foe, but really, I think the loss was really just to show that... so they can justify the point of turning him into a troll. This episode was alright, but I just really don't like the decision to turn him into a troll. I don't. It's my least favorite part of this show. There is a lot worse things in this series as a whole, though. A certain movie. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.